Hi. This month is National Suicide Prevention Month. This video I want to talk about my own mental health journey, my struggles, and advice or tips that I could give y'all. I'm here to share my story, and I'm grateful to be here today to share it. The reason I am here in the night is because, at least for me, and I know for other people that I've talked to, the night is when your mind starts going. If you're anything like me, maybe anxious thoughts or panic attacks happen a lot more when the sun went down. So I just thought it was fitting to do this video at night. I'm going in my mom's car. Let's talk about the decline of my mental health. For 2022, 2023, I remember my first panic attack was coming home from work one night. I thought I was gonna die. I remember getting home. My partner at the time, he was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I don't know. I really don't know." I was recently diagnosed with, it's called MCAS, which basically my immune system is on overdrive. My body just became very allergic to things. It's mast cell activation syndrome, and basically cells in your body that release histamine that lets your body know that hey, there's a threat in your body. So you're allergic to cats, for example. I am. If cat dander goes into your system, then it does everything to get it out, which for me, everything was triggering it. MCAS is something where your body releases too much of it. My throat would swell. I couldn't breathe. And I didn't know that I had that for 2 years. And it was getting so exhausting. I would have panic attacks after panic attacks after panic attacks, and it wouldn't stop. So I had to quit my job because I could no longer function, honestly. I could barely get out of bed. I could barely sleep. That was the worst part, is even trying to go to sleep, I couldn't breathe. And then I would wake up in a panic attack. Y'all ever suffered from mental health issues while you're in a relationship? You feel so guilty that you can't really be present in the relationship. You can't really feel like you're there. And I really tried. And it almost feels like you're pushing them away or making them annoyed. One of the biggest reasons why I let that person go. My parents would come over to my house and clean for me. My mom multiple times would cradle me to sleep just to make sure I got some sleep. And it got really bad to where it didn't feel like living at that point. It just felt like I was on survival mode. Why am I continuing to be here if this is not life? I would always be why me? Why am I given this life that I feel like I'm just suffering? Probably the third panic attack. It was really bad when I remember coming home from work and I could feel it. You could almost sense the panic attack coming right before it happens, and it's the worst feeling ever. Your body gets scared for no reason, and it just feels like this drop of doom. There's a wave that goes over your whole brain and body. You're that's it. This is where I die. I remember calling my mom. I called her and I was please take me to the hospital because I think I'm going to die. She picked me up, sped to the hospital. The closer that we would get, the stronger the panic attack got. My whole body was tingling. I lost feeling in my legs. My hands curled up, literally, physically, I was curled up like this. I just want people to know what it's like, how physical anxiety and panic attacks can be. It was so intense. I remember turning to my mom, so scared. I was "Ma, I'm going to die." I just remember her grabbing my leg and she was "No, you're gonna be okay." I kept saying that and I was "I'm going to die and I love you, but I'm going to die." So scary and terrifying. Going through mental health is so tough, but I think the toughest part is seeing your loved ones, for example, my parents want to help you, but they can't. And to an extent they can, but they almost feel helpless. And in those moments, I'm damn, why do my parents have to have a son that suffers this much in this way? Why can't I just be normal? And that was my life for a year and a half. I'm going to take you to a spot that my mom and my aunt would take me during the nights that were really hard. They would pick me up. We would go to the top of the mountain. They would just let me cry and let me talk, which was really sweet. It helped me a lot, being able to express my pain. We're here, pure desert, and we would park here. This is the spot where my aunt would drive me. My mom would be in the back and I'd be right here, and they'd both be holding me while I just cried. There's so many times that I thought I was going to die out here in the middle of the desert because I would have panic attacks out here while I was crying with them. It was really good for me to express those feelings and that hurt. If you have someone in your life like that loves you and gives you that space to do that, lean on them. Don't be afraid to express your hurt. The only way you go through it is through it. You gotta feel it, no matter if it hurts. It sucks, but you can't bottle it all up and try to go through it alone, because you really need community. If I was alone, if there was truly no one in my life that cared, it would have been an easy choice for me to go. I wouldn't be here, because honestly, there was nothing keeping me here anymore. Every single time that I thought of doing it, ending, I didn't think of myself. Like, I pictured my mom's face, my dad's face, and my sister's face. And I could picture all of them having to grieve me. And that's the part that always stopped me, because I couldn't do that to them. Like I said, if it was just me, it would have been an easy choice. So, and I'm really grateful to be here. I always tell people, like, I'm grateful that I went through all that hurt and trauma. It made me who I am today. It sucked going through it. If I'm able to be more empathetic towards people, maybe potentially help someone in their own journey, then I'm grateful for it. Because every single time I would always be like, when you're going through it, I was always like, why am I the one that has to hurt like this? I'm honestly grateful for it. He gave me so much more perspective in my life, and I'm so grateful for the people in my life that were there for me. I also wanted to read to y'all. There was a forum that I put on my Instagram story. It was for Suicide Prevention Month. I gave questions, and y'all gave a lot of responses for it. And so I'll anonymously tell y'all what y'all wrote. If someone was about to give up, what would you say to them in that moment? I'm going to read y'all responses. You are not alone. Reach out for help. I'll tell them it's okay what they're feeling, and don't fault them for wanting to give up. Just be there in the moment. It's okay right now. Be sad. It's understandable if you don't want to feel this way, but it's the best way to process. I agree. Things do get rough, but you can never see the brighter days ahead if you leave now. The things that cause you pain now won't always be there, and there is a brighter future for you ahead. Life is too short to cut it even shorter. You were graced with this life, might as well see how it plays out. I was closest to giving up, and I have no idea what would have helped me in that moment, so I don't know what I would say to someone else. All these, you will be missed. The world will be duller without you, and it will get better. While being true would not have had any effect on me in the moment, I would say, yeah, bullshit, and continue crying or something. I mean, I have trouble believing those things on a good day, much less on a bad one. What helped me was guilting myself into not doing it, because I don't want my parents to have a dead child and my friends to have a dead friend. But I don't know how helpful it would be to try to answer that with somebody else. Sorry for not answering this question correctly. I think you answered it perfectly in your own way, because I agree. Another question that I asked was, what moments would you have missed if you would have chosen to end it? Oh, these are gonna make me cry. Oh, I don't know, y'all. I'm so proud of y'all for staying and being able to do all these things. I would have never gotten my first boyfriend. Taking care of my dad during his final 2 weeks, my goddaughter being born, and seeing her grown up. I would have missed my nephew being born, my best friend's wedding. I would have missed the person I am right now. I would have missed seeing the people around me change as well. I would have missed realizing how amazing life is now. My only brother's high school graduation. I got on testosterone and had my first boyfriend as a trans guy. Oh. Getting accepted into nursing school. My nieces and nephews. My baby sister's wedding. My own wedding. Moving across the world. Finding non-blood related family. Being capable of living a happy life. Realizing that I did it. I accomplished what I always wanted to do. Again, I'm so proud of y'all. And I'm so happy for y'all. Never thought I'd have so many laughs with my best friend. She has saved me more than she knows. I'm gonna end the video there because I'm bawling my eyes out in the middle of the desert. But just know you're not alone. And I wanted to share my story and other people's stories. And I don't really know what this channel is gonna be like, or what direction it's going, but I think what I do know is that I'm gonna always post me being vulnerable as possible. There's so much power in vulnerability, and I think as a society we all put on these masks to try to fit in, and I think men in general too have a hard time expressing ourselves, because as a society we're taught not to really express, not to really cry, not to show any type of hurt. But regardless of gender, I think we all put up these walls and personas and masks. I think we all have a lot of unlearning to do, and I want to strip away these masks. I think once we do take all of these masks, we all, I think, can be a little bit more of a community, honestly. Thank y'all for being here. I'm going to upload more videos on my travels and what I've learned through that. Right now I'm back in my hometown with my parents for a little bit, but in the next 2 months, I'm looking for where to really settle down, and I'm just navigating my way through life right now. I can't wait to share more of my life. Anyways, I love y'all, and till next time.